Hi Cancer, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your April 2021 tarot reading. Thank you to those who have liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's a Celtic cross spread as always, and I also pulled an Oracle card and a Mudra card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus will be as far as the astrology goes. So, see if we get there. Okay, so we have Aries, which makes sense, the sun will be in Aries for most of April, and that's your 10th house of career and social status, so you could have a focus there. We have Mercury, and Mercury I think is going to move into Aries pretty early on in April, so another indicator that 10th house matters could definitely be important for you guys this month. And we also have 6, so this is the 6th house for you guys. That's actually Sagittarius. Nothing really going on there, astrologically speaking, but again, could definitely be another indicator that this theme for you guys this month is largely going to focus around your work, your day-to-day routines, but we'll see. All right. In the main situation position, we have the Emperor. So already we do see Aries energy here, which came up for you in the dice, and also again, like we said, that's where we're going to be, Aries season for most of April. So heavy focus there. For some of you, I feel like this is coming across more as like a mastery kind of thing. Maybe something that you guys have been working toward for a long time, might have given you trouble, but now you might actually feel like you've reached a certain level of comfort with it. Now, again, for some of you, like I said, this can be around career, certainly, given that we see quite a bit of energy pointing to that. But it could be in any area of life. All right, in the challenger obstacle position, we have the 9 of Swords in reverse. So definitely a pretty positive thing to see this come out in the reverse position, because it shows, again, that this is something you might have struggled with for a long time. And now to see this coming up in reverse in the challenge position could just be saying that you're finally letting that go. Now it is still in the challenge, so even though 9 of Swords in reverse is a good thing, for it to be coming up in the challenge, it could just be saying that you're not quite there yet. But as we move through Aries season, a lot of you probably will feel like you're finally able to release the anxiety around the situation. All right, in the foundation position, we have the World. So the World usually represents a cycle coming to a close, a successful completion at that. And usually I view this as North Node energy, and you guys actually have the North Node in Gemini in your 12th house, and Mars is moving through there as well. So for some of you, this could just be maybe a fear you might have had around being a bit more assertive, so maybe that's something that might have tripped you up a lot in the past. Excuse me, but now it looks like you're actually feeling a bit more comfortable in that role. So I feel like for the majority of you, that's what it's about. So like I said, it can be in a career setting, but I feel like this might just be more of a situation in general where you might have, had a bit of a struggle with putting yourselves out there and expressing what your needs are a bit more. But it looks like you're actually moving out of that energy. All right, in the past position, we have the 6 of Wands. So for some of you, this might have already happened, or maybe back during around the time of the Leo full moon, which we had during Aquarius season. It could just be saying that you might have started to feel like that energy was building up for you. So maybe that's where the process started for you guys, but now you're finally reaching a point where you feel like it's a bit of a completion. All right, in the present position, we have the Strength card, so more Leo energy there, and we have the 7 of Pentacles. So for some of you, this could just be, again, I'm feeling a situation where it's probably a situation that it took you a long time to get there, right, to reach to whatever this goal was. And again, like I said, I feel like it was putting yourselves out there in some way. And it could just be saying that, you did your best to actually hold on, and you might still feel it sometimes that you're not quite where you want to be, right, with that 7 of Pentacles energy. But this could just be saying, and also maybe a timeline indicator, that as we get closer to Taurus season, you guys might actually feel a little bit more confident that you're actually on the right path. So, could just be one of those situations where you have the ball rolling, but you just might have to wait a little longer to see the results of that in the outside world. near future position, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is actually Virgo energy, which for you guys is your house of communication, which we did see the Mercury energy there. But beyond that, again, I feel like this is representing growth, right? So we see the Seven of Pentacles in the present with the Strength card saying that, okay, even if things don't seem ideal, I feel like that's more of a situation of you guys just keeping faith that, what, if I keep working toward that goal, I'm eventually going to reach it. And then with the Knight of Pentacles in the near future position, could just be saying that you might actually start to see some evidence of that in the outside world. And of course, given that Virgo is the natural ruler of the sixth house, and we saw the dice come up there too, this could definitely be some progress that you guys might be having in your work environment. All right. In the position of your influence on a situation, we have the Empress. So the Empress energy usually represents an energy of staying open, staying receptive, letting things come to you. So it's interesting to see the contrast there, right? We have the Empress in your position and then the Emperor. So for some of you, this might be another person that you've been dealing with. But for the majority of you, I feel like this is more of a situation where this is more of you trusting in the work that you're putting in, actually bringing the results that you're hoping for. And timeline-wise, too, given that this is Taurus energy, well, usually, Taurus and Libra are both ruled by Venus, but I usually think of this as more of the Taurus side of that energy. Venus will be in Taurus, I think right around the middle of April, so that might be when you start to feel that energy a bit more. All right, in the environment position, we have the Devil. So this is actually Capricorn energy, which of course is the natural ruler of the 10th house. So this could just be, again, pointing to that energy of you guys just really putting in a lot of work toward your career to take that next step up, right? Having faith that it'll come around for you as well. But given that this is also your opposite sign, which represents partnerships and relationships, this can be around a relationship for some of you too. Again, I'm really feeling, especially given the energy that came up with the dice, that this is more of a career thing. But for some of you, it can just be a relationship as well. And if that's the case, it might be someone you feel a really strong pull towards, if we just look at the Emperor and Empress energy, it could just be saying that it's a strong karmic pull within the connection. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Five of Pentacles, which is Taurus energy, the Nine of Wands, which is Sagittarius energy, and the Nine of Pentacles, which is Virgo energy. So I feel like this is saying that you might have actually been, again, so I feel like there might be some progress you've been making, but the issue might be that you might not see evidence of that yet in the outside world, right? So because of that, you might be making strides forward, moving toward a goal, but at the same time feel like, that's not necessarily reflected in your outer world. So you might still feel like you're in a bit of a state of lack right now. And it could just be saying that could be holding you back from actually enjoying yourselves a little bit more as far as, whatever money you are bringing in. You might feel like, okay, it might not last long, right? There might be more expenses that come up. These are definitely tough economic times for a lot of people. So that would make sense if you're feeling that way. But I feel like this is saying overall, the overall energy of the spread is that you are going to actually see that movement, but you just might, have a little bit of difficulty trusting that it's actually going to happen, or at least feeling comfortable even if that success does come your way, because again, you might have just been so accustomed to hardships that you might feel like, all right, well, this is probably a temporary thing, right? So you might be a little cautious with the money that you spend and save and things like that. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Hanged Man. So this is actually Pisces energy usually. And I will say this could just be pointing to the fact that we do have Mars moving through your 12th house, like I said, and also the North Node is in there as well. So it could just be helping you guys see things from a different perspective, and actually, I feel like, again, that's where it looks like you will be overcoming, maybe having a lot of anxiety around certain situations. And again, I feel like it's mostly a fear of putting yourselves out there. Like you said, it could be any area of life. I feel like for the majority of you, it's more of asserting yourselves in your career field, but could really point to almost anything. So I feel like this is you guys actually taking that time in to look at things from a different perspective and really figure out what's the best way forward for you. And Bottom of the deck, we see a similar energy in that regard. As far as we have the Three of Wands, which is actually Aries energy, and it usually represents an energy of waiting for your shifts to come in, to where you've put in the work, you've put it out there, now you're just waiting for those rewards to come back in. So for most of you, this is a cycle where you've been putting in that work, just a matter of waiting to see it reflected in your outer world. And like I said, it looks like energetically you should see some pretty solid evidence of that this month, which is good. A good thing, obviously. All right, now moving on to your oracle card. We have Yang. There's the artwork, and the number is 1. Okay, it says the masculine principle of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen, taking action. The oracle's message: Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward, and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There is no reason to hesitate. You are the shaper of your destiny now. So again, pretty positive message there, and it does seem to support what we were talking about with the general reading as a whole. And with that Knight of Pentacles energy and the near future position, I feel like that's saying, that there will be movement. It just might not be at the pace you were hoping for, but that's what I see there. The relationship message says circumstances are supporting action on your part. It's okay to make the first move. Trust that you will quickly know where you stand. In matters of the heart, there is movement toward your highest good, so go forth with assurance. Passion is in the air, and now is the time to dance to the tune of love. Take the lead. So an interesting message there. Like I said, for the majority of you, this is really pulling me more in a career direction as opposed to relationships. I mean, we will have the love readings out next week, so maybe you guys could come back for that. But if this is around a relationship, it could be that too, where, like I said, maybe you feel a really strong pull toward this person. So again, if you're in that Empress energy and there's someone in your environment that's in the Emperor energy, this could just be saying that, you could actually make a move toward them and it should turn out in a positive way. The prosperity message says projects, partnerships, and all matters relating to your business are out of the obstacle phase and on to the make it happen phase. Now is the time to stake your claim and get things done. While you can expect to be busier than usual, this card tells you that you have all the energy and vitality you need to accomplish your goals. Abundance is waiting for you to claim it. So definitely a pretty interesting message there, and it makes me think back to the fact that, of course, last year we had Mars retrograde in Aries, which is your 10th house, so you might have been feeling a lot of blockages going back that far, and now that we're actually seeing, the Sun return there, Venus move through there, you name it, all those energies moving back through Aries now, maybe that could be lighting your 10th house up again, but in a more positive way to where you actually can get forward momentum if you felt stuck in the past. So hopefully that resonates with you. All right, and lastly, we have a Mudra card. So the Mudra you guys got for this month is the Ushas Mudra. There it is there. The keyword for it is productivity. It sounds helpful for all the 10th house energy we're seeing. And there's the info on it if you want to pause it or take a screenshot. But under benefits, it says awakens body and mind in the morning hours, increases creativity and productivity, benefits the pelvis and reproductive organs, increases mental clarity and alertness, harmonizes the endocrine system. So if that sounds like something would be beneficial for you guys, we'll put the name of the Mudra in the description of the video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.